Now, we've had one or two scoundrels, that was fit, is a John's description. I'm thinking of Ndlovu at NUT and a few others that unfortunately alive. But but by and large, that's not my image of vice chancellors in South Africa. And there's not a single vice chancellor I know that hasn't been appointed in the past few years. It doesn't start off with a statement about how much of their salary they're giving back. I mean, it's completely opposite. Half of my salary still goes back to students to be able to study at university. That's what we do. That's because we understand our mandate, our mission, and so on. I was criticized by my students, by the way, for driving an 18-year-old Pajero. And their words were, "You embarrass us," et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think South Africa could, partly because many were activists, as one of you said, partly because many of them had no struggles. So I don't have that sense, that I have when I go to Stanford and I see John Hennessy and I look at what he earns, quite apart from his Google and other board commitments. I mean, it's unbelievable. But I think here you really struggle. That's why I think some vice chancellors really fun. The other thing that you realize the day you become a vice chancellor is how little power you have. I mean, this was a striking thing because you're actually in the middle, especially with the historically conservative university, you're in the middle of fighting battles all the time. People who think the university should go and people who believe it was better before. And so those are the kinds of things that I think we're beginning to develop some theory on within leadership studies, but it's, as Michael correctly said, we still, but I don't know, but I think academics know what their mission is. The past 3 days at Wits University, I sat in a room and one person after the other came in and they were very gracious with their time to enable me to, and I'm going to do this at 10 universities in South Africa. Almost every single one has a passionate understanding that their goal is to teach students to the best of their ability to be able to ensure this. It's almost missionary. That's how scary it is. So I don't think people sit there and sort of say, I wonder what my mandate is, what my mission is. People have a sense of teaching, the obligation to do research, and a very profound sense, Chris, of the public mission. Now, there are still some universities that don't do Vroue Federasie things, which is the outreach. But by and large, that debate, and I encourage you to read that, has really developed into a very sophisticated understanding of the scholarship of service. Okay, so I don't think it's as far back as it might have been when we did academic support programs, and I think that's become quite a sophisticated understanding. The problem is the reward system doesn't favor that. It favors accredited journal publications.
Yes, sir. I'll take another round here. So I've got this gentleman, the lady at the back, and this gentleman. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm Hefmula from the Almas Center, postdoctoral therapy. My quick question is on the issue of rankings, which I want to link to the notion of power, especially where Prof. Talked about alternative for African universities. I think we have a problem there which I need to be explained. Because if you look internally into our South African universities themselves, there are power dynamics that are still unresolved. For instance, I'll give a quick example where there are A universities and B universities, and A universities which are formally advantaged universities seemingly wield more power than the latter. And at some point, I'll use my personal experience. I applied for an academic position, and I couldn't get that academic position precisely because I taught 5 years in the so-called disadvantaged university. And now when we talk about the rankings, who calls the shots? And is it not just going to be perpetrating the notions that we are trying to deconstruct under this transformation space we are trying to deal with? Is it going to help us, or we're just contextualizing this inequality?
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, and then...
I believe I had to stand, otherwise nobody sees me. Anyway, my name is Yuki. I'm from UJ. I have a question, but before that, I need to get to why I asked the questions. That's some observations that I've made and puzzled for quite a while. I will be brief. The ultimate or discussion of the social relevance, the social purpose, especially among African universities, has been very, very strong. I've seen that. Even by the time when African universities were established, people talking about it needs to be socially relevant, and there are so many ills that we need to solve and all that. However, on the other hand, if I look at now, in the world, there are a lot of so-called social impact frameworks. And lots of those discussions on the impact goes beyond academic impact, but non-academic impact, but more specifically social impact. A lot of that discussion still comes from the West. England, very famous, REF, Australia, New Zealand. The discussion at this side of the South is so weak. So my question is it because it's a rhetoric? I mean, rhetoric is strong, but practice is low, or it's that I'm not looking at the right place. So the question is, how would a social relevance or social engagement of a university looking like in the African context?